Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, you're continuing the journey of Ben 10 Alien Force. This is Season 3, Episode 9. Of course, I won't know the title until I get into the episode. Last week's episode was really damn good, and I was not expecting the direction that the episode went in terms of opening with this earthquake and then revealing there's a hybrid underground. And then it cuts to Kevin, Ben, and Gwen, and Max out in the woods camping, and they're grilling, of course not grilling hamburgers, they're grilling like squid burgers or something. I have no idea, of course, Grandpa Max. But it reminded me of the very first episode of Ben 10, the original series, where, of course, Ben, Gwen, and Max are out there, and of course Ben goes off in the woods and finds the Omnitrix and all that kind of stuff. Like, just reminding me of that, like, probably back to that feeling like, holy crap, we're back to the original, like, first episode of the show, right? In a sense. So we're out, like, you know, in the woods. And then the hybrid wakes up. And then the hybrid's like, I was awakened from my stasis pod or whatever. That means we lost the war. That means I have to initiate this failsafe, this final plan, which, of course, Max was affected because when he was captured by the hybrid at one point and a couple other people, they were implanted with this thing or whatever to where they all came together a little bit later in the episode and then formed, don't know how this happened, some sort of, I have no clue. It's just whatever was built underground with this hybrid. A gigantic, like, wooded, you know, creature, kaiju thing that looked like a gigantic, of course I'm mentioning kaiju, gigantic hybrid. And it was going to a power source, a power plant, and it was going to absorb all the energy, and then basically it would become a ticking time bomb and explode and kill everybody on Earth in a couple minutes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is happening in this episode? But it was really fun, and bringing back that hybrid that, of course, Ben connected with, that when they were stranded on that kind of desert planet, and having him come back, and of course he was there, of course, at the season 2 finale and everything, and helping with that, finishing up the hybrid arc, but then he was there to kind of tell the hybrid who would have waken up, like, hey, the war's over, peacefully, we peacefully settled it, and he's like, peace? And then ultimately that hybrid who had awakened from his stasis thinking that, you know, the war was over, he had to sacrifice his own life to stop the creation that he created, because there was, like, really no way it was going to stop. Like, it was already at the plant and everything, so he had to do something. So it's a pretty crazy episode. I wasn't expecting the direction that it went. It got pretty insane, but I'm loving the show. Of course, I'm loving the show regardless of the couple episodes in season 3 that weren't that good, but overall, I love the journey so far. Can't wait to continue. Let's get into this next episode, guys. Can't wait to check it out. Let's go.
Here you go. What next? Kicking puppies?
Jesus.
This little outing was your idea.
Lighten up, Kevin.
Okay, Gwen.
That was easy. That was easy. Whoa. Must destroy Sandcastle. Ooh.
Great.
Oh, way big. Uh-oh. Damn, that actually worked. What the fuck is that? The portal.
Totally get why you busted my beach ball.
Why?
You're a superhero who's really a monster. Guys like you are always mean.
You don't know how to do much of anything.
What
That's
did you say?
fuck. Oh.
I didn't ask you for
Why?
any help.
Oh, why did Kevin say
I'm gonna
that?
go fix my ID mask.
But he's not happy.
Wait.
Perhaps sending you to
Oh,
destroy
oh,
her.
oh,
The least I can do is steal something important to her.
oh. Dude, come on.
Figures.
Let me buy you another burger.
Kevin,
Oh, shit.
don't worry about it. I wasn't that hungry.
Nitrous tank for afterburners?
Liquid oxygen.
Is there anything this car can't do?
It's not submersible, but I'm working on it.
Of course you're working on it. Of course you are.
Okay.
Holy shit. Ooh.
I've been doing magic all my life. Always had a knack for it. Kevin,
Tell him who you really are.
anyone.
Jesus,
Look,
like right
I'm kinda
away.
seeing someone.
Yeah.
She'll never know.
I would, and she would too.
Made of magic? If she's so powerful,
made of magic,
this
she doesn't
girl
know
of
that.
yours, how come she hasn't found a way to change you back?
That's what, yeah. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
Your mind is a blank.
Totally.
I'm loving the new
You will
design.
bring
I love
Gwen
it.
Tennyson to the planetarium. By the time I'm done, there'll be nothing left of her.
She probably won't show up when I tell her that.
Yeah,
Don't
that's true.
tell her, you simpleton. Talk her into it. Make an excuse.
Make an
Force
excuse.
her if you have to.
Trust me, Gwen. Give him some time on his own and he'll feel better.
Maybe
Thanks for
you're
the
right.
show up
I'll
about.
see you tomorrow. Couldn't fix the ID mask?
I don't need it.
There you go.
Don't
That's the
need
right
it.
idea. Can I ride shotgun for a change? Man, I bet I could be a race driver. We should totally go on patrol.
Kevin?
He's all
what's
excited.
going
He has no
on?
idea what's
You
happening.
need to come with me now.
Laser shows, rock music like our grandparents
Just like
listened
blank
to.
face.
Let's go.
Oh,
Have to be there by midnight.
I like how monotone he is now.
I don't wanna hurt
Planetarium.
Diamond Head?
That's good enough. It's good.
I can work with this.
Trying to stop it, but it's not gonna happen.
Huh? Now he's running through my shields?
Ooh, no question of the necklace, by the way. Oh. Take off the necklace. Exactly, take it off.
Should give a guy a little warning.
No warning at this point. Oh,
Get that charm he's wearing around his neck.
Someone want to fill me in on why I'm pinned to a tree?
Charmcaster.
Charmaster. It's
We've been
Charmaster.
since we were kids. All kind of blurry after she kissed me.
She kissed you?
In
Yeah.
order to,
I didn't mean to tell you that part.
yeah,
It's gotta be a trap.
Bring it on.
bring it on. Oh boy.
1 minute to midnight.
It's not like I was kissing her. Much. It was like 80% her
Dude,
kissing
stop
me.
trying to explain
You
this.
really need to be quiet now.
I love the platform. Just love it. Oh, come on.
Gwen Tennyson. I've been waiting 5 years.
Ooh, I'm liking this. They're both struggling. Okay.
You're losing, Charmcaster!
Ooh, wait, what's happening? Oh, damn.
Well, you were wrong. And the fun's only just beginning.
Take hammer. Ben's just running. He's just running. Oh!
You're filled with mana.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
so
even know.
unfair.
You don't even know.
I worked my butt off for my power. Leave them, you useless piles of rock. They no longer matter.
Useless pile. Okay.
All of you powerless to stop me.
How are they gonna stop her? How are they gonna do this?
I was angry with you.
Wait, me? If you like me so much, how come you haven't bothered to find a way to change me back? Dude.
Oh!
As long as I'm a monster.
We're going after Charmcaster. I have a plan.
Hold up.
What's your
How do we
plan?
know?
Kevin, let's go.
You can't trick me, Kevin. I can
You
see
can't trick
everything
me.
you do. Now, what do you want?
So I was hoping we could, you know.
You're asking me out? I don't date the good
It's a
guys.
trick.
What's the point? Even with the tiny bit of power she has left.
Wait, she has power left? How can you keep all those Mr. Smoothies down? Wait, she doesn't have any power left?
Oh yeah, I was lying.
Oh shit. What? What the fuck? They got a oh my god. What?
Up, Chuck.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh.
Please! I'm half empty!
Bad attitude. You're half full.
You're the one who's useless, Charmcaster. Can't even take on one powerless girl.
Exactly.
Come on, hand to hand. Now I get all angry and slug it out with you, and you knock me cold with your karate. Roberto Meus ops mihi!
Ooh. Ooh.
Your problem is that magic is the only thing you're about. But for me, magic is only one aspect of who I am.
She created a portal. Oh my
You're also
god.
the only one who can conjure up dimensional vortexes.
Damn. Oh, now you want help from the useless rocks.
Don't let go, you useless lump! You did that on purpose!
You hurt her pretty bad.
Yeah.
I heard her?
Well,
I'm the one
yeah.
who looks like this. She's spending every spare moment going through every magic book she can find to try and help you. She's been doing it since the accident.
This episode was so good! And yes, Charmcaster, as I accidentally said at one point, Charmmaster, and that never went away. Charmcaster is back, and I love the redesign. And real fast, before I forget, I love the fact that Mr. Smoothie became an actual individual that they were going to have to fight, and Ben turns an upchuck and actually eats all of the smoothie within him, which doesn't make any sense because he's just a part of a billboard, so why would he have... Anyways, regardless, that's funny as hell. Okay, so, Charmcaster, she looks fucking badass. We haven't seen her in a while. Love the redesign, kind of a... like a crowd type thing she's wearing. Love the colors or whatever. It's of course it pays homage to the original design of Charmcaster, but now she looks a little bit different. And I like the fact too that she really is still in a sense herself, because they could have easily made it to where, okay, so we're gonna see Charmcaster again after a while, which I wasn't expecting to see her. I was so happy. I'm like, oh my god, that's her. The fact that she still essentially is herself, but she's trying to be more serious in a sense, but really, like, she's really just, referring back to her old self in a sense, because there were some funny moments. Because that was kind of the interesting thing about Charmcaster, is that there was always some humor in a sense involved with her character, and that sometimes she was trying to be too serious or trying to be more than she actually is. She's a very powerful individual, but there's just those funny moments. So I like the fact that they kind of referred back to that. And also her finding out that Gwen is, full of magic, or, she is born with magic. And that really changes her perception of what? Because she even mentioned about the book being stolen, that Gwen stole her magic book. She referred back to that because that did, of course, happen. But now she's like, what? And I thought it was interesting, too, that she went after Kevin. And it seems she's been tracking them for a bit, because she was the one who sent what she called useless rock or whatever. She had multiple ways of calling them both useless, but she sent one of them onto that beach. And it seems like she's been tracking them for a bit. I wonder how long she's been waiting to basically try to go after them or whatever. But there was that one, and I should have guessed, because in the original series, they had versions of those rock individuals, but they were smaller or different forms. It just didn't click in my head when I first saw them. I'm like, oh, what is this thing? It didn't click, because it's been so long since I've seen anything tied to Charmcaster or even Hex, her uncle. I think it was Hex, right? Anyways, but you know what I'm talking about. So I wasn't prepared for that was the reveal, right? But she's been waiting this whole time. She goes after Kevin, seeing how Kevin's deformed, how he's not actually... He's human, but he's been changed, of course, by the Omnitrix situation, that explosion. So things changed for him. So she goes after him after he fixes the mask. She's pretending to be this tennis girl or whatever who knows cars. I'm guessing she read his mind, or was just able to kind of plan all this out to where, okay, I'm going to know about vehicles, so I get most of the information right about his car to get him oh, you actually like me for me. And then she reveals, because she saved that kid, right? That was the one moment I'm like, I don't think that was necessarily a show for Kevin. That was a moment she had to save that kid. She couldn't let that kid die. First of all, the show would never allow that. But two, that would look really bad if that kid died. That would change the whole entire conversation that they were going to lead up to, where she kisses him, and of course, and basically makes him a follower of her, and it was all planned out or whatever. So the kid had to be saved, but I think, or maybe it was all planned out. Maybe she was pushing along the kid, even though we didn't see that. We saw the aurora of purple when she saved him, but you get what I'm saying. It could all have been, because she knows things, right? She knows everything. So I think, might have been planned out. So she kisses him after saying, look, well, she could have been trying to find a way to save you, or, basically turn you back into your normal self, which at the end of the episode, Ben reveals Gwen's been doing this whole time. Every spare moment she has, not fighting alongside with us or working on school stuff, which, by the way, they hardly ever address school stuff. They did address how she's hitting the books, but that might have been referring to hitting the books in terms of trying to find a way to help Kevin get back to the way he was before the accident. But he reveals that at the end of the episode. But that was the whole ploy of Charmcaster going, hey, if I was your girlfriend, I would spend every waking moment trying to fix you, which I don't know if there's a magical way to fix him. Maybe that's going to be the reveal. There is no magical way to do it. I don't know. Just saying, I have no clue. But the fact that she's trying is a good thing. But that was the whole ploy to get him to go, oh, so she kissed him, of course, and then the turn. Then there's the necklace. He's so monotone. That's funny. And I like how he even responds to her, because normally when you're under someone's spell, in a sense like this, or you're being controlled by somebody and you're basically just following orders, essentially, you have no self-control, that there's no response back. But then when she's talking about her plans or whatever, she's not going to just listen to me. And what if Ben's there? he's like, she got, oh man, he's like, well, sorry, my brain is just simple. Like, you know, my brainwave is not really functioning at the moment. So that was a little funny back and forth. And then also too, well, what if Ben gets in the way? Destroy him. Okay. And he starts dragging her to the car. He goes up to Gwen's like, okay, we're going to go. He's dragging her. And then, of course, he throws Ben. Turns into Diamond Head, which is great. Love seeing Diamond Head in the show. And they fight. And it was the necklace keeping him under the control. And so when the whole fight ensues, of course, Ben addresses the fact once again, hey, the Omnitrix is not sticking fully to, being just running endlessly or whatever like it used to, or was able to run longer. And it doesn't even warn me when it's going to be basically turning back, me to normal. And I'm not getting the aliens that I want, basically referring back to the fact that the Omnitrix has now completely changed because of the accident, and it's reverted back to essentially what was occurring in the original series, where Ben doesn't get who he wants all the time. It's like, if you're just hitting the Omnitrix and you don't say it out loud, you're not thinking it necessarily, it may work, it may not work, it's a whole thing. So that happened once again here, because when he was Goop in the beginning of the episode on the beach, he didn't want Goop. I think he said, I wanted way big. So once again, the Omnitrix is not working for him. But the fight ensues, and Kevin, of course, loses. Because someone explained it on the tree, and then he reveals he kissed Charmcaster. Shouldn't have said that, but he did. Gwen's pissed, and she's still mad by the end of the episode. So things are not looking good for the team at the moment. But they go to the planetarium or whatever. I think it's the planetarium, and Gwen gets her powers removed essentially, and Charmcaster's loving this, because at first they were pretty much going, when they were head to head going on, like the beams and stuff, kind of even. Then Gwen loses, because then there's the moon, and then there's the ruins or whatever. Like she was captured. It's pretty brutal. Now I'm thinking, if Charmcaster, because she did absorb all of her powers, Gwen's powers, I would think the Charmcaster would be pretty much, because I would think that she would absorb essentially what makes Gwen so strong, and maybe she did, so that she was even more powerful, but they didn't show a difference in her powers necessarily with her absorbing all of Gwen's magic, in a sense. There was no real change necessarily in her abilities. But then there was a whole plan. Kevin tricked her, said, oh, maybe we should go out. She's like, why? He's like, well, Gwen doesn't really want to be with me. I thought, so it was a funny little thing where he tricked her to think, oh yeah, well, she still has some powers left. A little bit. Like, it's not really going to matter. I need all of it. Like, of course you do. Charmcaster needs all the power. Of course. So Kevin tricked. And then Gwen, I was like, okay, Gwen loses her abilities, but she can't really even fight the rock individuals, the giant rock creatures that Charmcaster made, because it's magic based or whatever. So it just doesn't work. How are we going to stop Charmcaster? How do we get the powers back? How's it going to do this? And then it refers back to the book, because, of course, as it was mentioned by Charmcaster, we know in the timeline of the show, or the series, if you will, because it's more than just the show. It's, of course, the original Ben 10 classic. Of course, after this, is Ultimate Alien the title? I think. Yeah, I think. And then Omniverse, the 4 shows. In the original series, as it was mentioned in the show here, to kind of remind us, the book that Gwen took from Charmcaster, the spell book, to learn spells and stuff. She still had the book, so she was able to, when she got hit, to bring it all back, to use a spell to reverse it. It was pretty damn smart. And then she made a portal, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, she absorbed Charmcaster's powers. I'm not sure if she absorbed all of them, but I think she just took hers back. I don't know. She might have taken Charmcaster's as well. I don't know what she did. But she opened a portal, and the Charmcaster's still being an ass to those rock creatures, like, you useless lump, or whatever she called him. And then he let go of the pole, and they both went in, because, he's like, I'm tired of you abusing me, because you're an asshole, Charmcaster. But still great to see you, by the way. But then Gwen went home. And I wasn't expecting the ending, too, with Ben telling Kevin's like, you know, did she have to tell you that she was looking for a way to change you back, to try to help you change back? Did she have to say it? And it ended that way. Like, I wasn't expecting that as an ending of an episode, but it kind of goes to show that there's kind of a fracture within the team now, because Kevin did kiss Charmcaster, but obviously it wasn't like he forced himself onto her or whatever. She was the one who was really enticing and being persuasive, but still things unfolded the way they did because he was doubting everything, because she even made him think, because that argument in the planetarium was pretty bad too. It's like, you really don't do much of anything, because he was assuming that she wasn't really helping. She was really, really pissed, really mad. So Kevin's going to have to do a lot of redemption in her eyes to get back into her good graces, because right now this is not looking good for them. So yeah, really enjoyed the episode. That was fun as hell. Some really intense moments though, but this is what makes the show really good. This is why I'm so happy that the episodes are actually good again, because if this episode would have occurred during the meh arc of episodes we had a couple weeks back and all that, this episode probably would have been very different. So I'm so happy that this was a really strong episode. It's really, really good, and intense stuff, some funny moments, and overall some big things that were said that cannot be unsaid now. So we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious to know your thoughts about this episode of Ben 10 Alien Force, guys. Please let me know in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts of the return of Charmcaster, Charm Master. Whatever thoughts, let me know in the comments below. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.